Hello everybody, Catweazle here, and welcome back to Turn 8 of Arkham Horror, Curse of the Dark Pharaoh. Just a quick recap of Turn 7, where there's quite a bit going on. Tommy Muldoon, he's in the East Town streets. He used 3 of his clue tokens to take 3 clue tokens off the rumour card. Ursula Downs, she fought 2 monsters at the Unvisited Isle. She's now got 3 monster trophies, which is very important, as you'll soon see. And Kate Winthrop, she was in Arkham Asylum and she cast a spell, Plague of Locusts, and got rid of the Shan, which enabled the next person, Hank Sampson, to go into Independence Square and kill another 2 monsters. So there was a bit of bloodletting going on last turn, plenty of monster fighting, and it's going to be pretty much the same this turn. So let's get our investigators all ready for it by going straight into the upkeep phase. And our first player this turn is Kate Winthrop. And I think what we're going to do with Kate is she doesn't seem to be able to hold on to clue tokens that much. I don't think she's going to get a personal story done, and besides we haven't got any gates open. So I think she's going to go into the newspaper. There is a sandstorm going on, but it's a movement normally of 3 to get in the newspaper, which is a green diamond. She's got 4 movement, and that means she'll be able to make it. It'll take her 2 to get into Northside Streets, and then another 2 to actually get in the newspaper. So she's going to go into the newspaper and see if she can get a retainer. Right, that's Kate Winthrop's go. I don't think we're going to move any. We're not going to move any of a focus about. Everything seems fine there. So let's move on to Hank. Here we are at Hank's player area. Couple of things to do with Hank. First thing we're going to do is we're going to swap out the enchanted knife and put the 45 back. The reason for that is he's going to need all the firepower that he's got, because he's going after that mask monster and the zombie. So I've had a quick check of the mass monster and the zombie. They don't have any immunities or resistances, so we'll just get as much combat as possible and hope he can go in there and cause some havoc. He is going to, however, exhaust the healing stone that he got in trade off Tommy last turn, and what he's going to do with that is he's going to get himself an extra stamina, putting him up to 4. So he's up to 4 stamina now, and other than that, I don't think we're going to change anything else, or are we? He'll be finishing in a street location, and we've still got the Environment Mystic Sandstorm card, sorry, Environment Weather Sandstorm card. So we'll move his luck up, because he'll probably get a chance for another exhibit item should he win his combat. Right, so that's Hank. I don't think there's anything else to update. Nope, that seems fine. So we'll move on to Tommy Muldoon. Here we are with Tommy. Now by rights, Tommy might be a bit miffed in the fact that it's Hank who's going to go killing those 2 monsters. But in order to cheer him up, I think he should go to Miskatonic University streets and kill the formless spawn, because we need it out of the way. And you'll see why in just a sec when we get to Ursula. But he's got, he'll need 3 movement, 1, 2, 3, yes, that'll get him there, no problem. And he's got 4 speed and a map of Arkham, so that's easy peasy. And the formless spawn, I think, is physically immune. It is, but he's got his Lamp of Al-Hazred, which is a magical weapon, +5, so that's fine. I'll leave his fight at 4, because the formless spawn, he'll have to do a will check against it, I think it's -1. So if I leave his will at 2 and his fight at 4, at least get 1 dice to try and avoid the sanity damage. And that's Tommy getting ready to tackle the formless spawn. Right, next up is Ursula Downs. And here we are with Ursula. What are we going to do with Ursula? Well, it's not that far to the science building. It's only 3 movement to the science building. It is a red diamond location, so she doesn't have to bother about spending an extra movement point. It's got 2 clue tokens, which are always very useful. And because it's a science building, in the encounter phase, she'll have an opportunity to put one of her gate tokens in to get another 2 clue tokens. While clue tokens are great in themselves, 4 clue tokens plus the fact that she's got 3 monster trophies will enable her to pass her personal story. So I won't spoil it for you. At such time as she does get those 3 clue tokens to go with the 3 monster trophies, we'll see exactly how her personal story pans out. But that's the plan for Ursula in this turn. So let's get to the movement phase and more fighting. Okay, first up in the movement phase is Kate, and she's going to go 1, 2, and then in order to get into the newspaper she has to spend 2 movement points because it's a green diamond location, so the other 2 movement points allow her to get through the sandstorm and into the newspaper. So that's Kate's movement this turn. And next up we have Hank's movement, the big movement. Here he comes. Rolling thunder. 1, 2, 3. He's not impressed at finding these 2 critters in Rivertown. In fact, he's so unimpressed that he's pulled his 45s out and he's going to start pumping some holes. So let's get the dice tower out. First of all, he's going to take on the zombie. Doesn't have to do the horror check because he's thick-skulled. So he gets -1 on his combat dice. And he needs 1 success. So he's got 2 45s, which is 8 combat dice, plus his 5 fight, takes him up to 13, -1, he gets 12 combat dice. So first of all, I'm just going to roll the first 6. The reason for that being, I don't want them piling all out of the dice tower like they have been doing. So this is his first 6 dice. And he's already got 2 successes, so we don't have to roll the rest. So he's got rid of the minor irritant of the zombie, which gives him yet another monster trophy. And it also gives us a monster stand back. So we now have 5 monster stands. But now it's the big one. Yeah, he's up against the mask monster, the god of the bloody tongue. And it's a meanie. Fortunately, we don't have to bother about the horror check or the fact that he's nightmarish. He's not even doing a horror check, so that doesn't apply. However, the combat of -4 does apply, as do the fact we need 4 successes. So let's do our calculations. He's got 13 attack dice, and -4 will mean 9. So he's got 9 attack dice and he needs 4 successes. So come on, here's the first 6. Oh God, he's only got 1. This could be it. He's only got another 3 dice. In fact, all these 3 dice need to succeed now. And he only got 1 other 6. Oh, damn it. Well, it couldn't last forever. So he loses 4 stamina, of which he's only got 4. So unfortunately, Hank ends up in St Mary's Hospital. And worse than that, I think that affects his ability, his thick-skulled ability. Oh no, he'd have just had to make a horror check, but seeing as it like knocked him out straight off, he doesn't have to make it. But that's a bit of a downer. But 9 dice and only getting 2 successes is pathetic. So what we're going to do, he's been knocked out, and that means we've got to take an injury card, because we don't want to lose half our items and all that sort of stuff. So he's going to take an injury card. Let's give it a quick shuffle. The funny thing is, even if he gets this injury card, I mean, he's the best equipped to actually kill that monster. He's probably just going to have to like go right back out and try and do it again. Right, here's the injury card. Memory loss. You cannot have a total of more than 3 skills and spells added together. Well, I don't think he's got any spells, and he's only got 1 skill, so that's alright. If you have more than that, you must discard extras. Good, that's not so bad. At least it hasn't affected his fight or anything. So he's got a memory loss. Put that with on his player area while he recuperates in St Mary's Hospital. Dang! I was hoping to get rid of that mass monster. Right, that's the end of Hank's movement. And next up is Tommy Muldoon. Well, Tommy Muldoon's not taking him on. What Tommy's going to do is he's going to go 1, 2, 3 down to Miskatonic University streets. In fact, let me move the camera. And there he is, Miskatonic University streets, where he's going to take on the Formless Spawn. So, let's have a look at the Formless Spawn. As you can see, it's physically immune. He's got -1 on his horror check, and then it'll be -2 on his combat check. So he's got two will. So that means he'll just have 1 dice on his horror check. Come on, Tommy. A 1. Rubbish. So he fails his horror check, which means he takes 2 sanity damage. So he's down to 4 sanity. And now he's got 5 for the Lamp of Al-Hazred, plus 4 fight, which is 9. With his skill, plus 1 fight, that's 10 dice. -2 gives him 8 dice, and he needs 2 successes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And a 5 and a 6. The 2 successes he needed. Well done, Hank. And that's the end of the Formless Spawn. Hank gets him as a monster trophy. We get another stand. We've now got 6 stands. Excellent work from the rookie cop. Okay, next up we have, Hank. Just a reminder on Hank, because he's took the injury. It does mean his stamina goes up to 6. Because you get fully healed when you take an injury. If that makes any sense. Right, okay, sorted that out. Next up in the movement is Ursula. And Ursula's going to go 1, 2. I'm just going to check as they're passing each other if they want to trade anything. Actually, yes, Ursula is going to give Tommy Feed the Mind spell. He's got more sanity anyway, so that might be better for him. Other than that, that's fine. And she's going to carry on her movement into the science building, and she's going to pick up those 2 clues. So she now has 2 clues. Righto. That's the end of the movement phase. Next up is the Arkham encounter phase. Welcome back, and here we are with Kate Winthrop at the newspaper. So let's see if she can get herself a retainer. It's the orange north side deck. Quick shuffle, and let's have a look. Newspaper. The editor asks you to answer phones on a busy night. You pick up one call and hear nothing at first, then you hear your name being whispered by something that can't possibly be human. Make a will -1 check or lose 1 sanity. Nice. You help people out and you get like creepy phone calls. What's a will? A will's 2, so she's got 1 dice. Oh, she passes. Woohoo! Yeah, in your face, creepy caller. Right, see what happens if she passes. Well, it just means she don't lose a sanity. Then make a speed -2 check to activate a call trace in time. Blimey, right. A bit more involved than I was expecting. What's the speed? The speed's 4, so she gets 2 dice this time. Speed -2, wasn't it? Yep. She's got no pluses to speed or anything, has she? No. Oh, she passes that as well. Another 5. So what does that mean? If you pass, learn that it came from the museum exhibit. Gain 2 clue tokens. Woo! 3 clue tokens. We love it. Good old Kate. She's now got 3 actually. Oh, I'll tell you what I forgot to do. And I meant to do it right at the start of the turn. I'm going to do it now. And firstly, I apologise for being an utter donut, but I forgot. What I should have done at the end of the last mythos phase is rolled for the rumour. Great work undone, good work undone. We roll 1 dice, and if we roll a 1 or a 2, we put another clue token here. We're currently at 3 because Tommy got rid of 3, but at the end of the last mythos, I should have rolled to see if we got another clue token on. So I'll do that now. Yay, 6! So we didn't, but I'll have to remember that the mythos phase coming up. Stupid. Right. Anyway, she's got 3 clue tokens now. So actually, she could go over there and get. Assuming we don't get another clue token at the end of the mythos phase, assuming I remember to do the roll, we might be able to get rid of that next turn. I was thinking about keeping it on, but everybody getting a unique item's pretty funky. Right, anyway, that's Kate. Next up, we go to see Hank Sampson in the hospital. And here's poor old Hank. Took on the mass monster, went for it, but unfortunately, the mass monster got him. Right. I had a quick check of the Dunwich horror rules, and I couldn't see anything about him being delayed or anything. You just go to St Mary's Hospital, you get your stamina back, and you pull the injury card. So I'm going to take it that he's going to have to have a location encounter here rather than just be delayed. Right, so let's see what he gets. St Mary's Hospital. You agree to undergo an experimental treatment. Roll a die. On a 1 to 3 gain that many stamina. On a 4 to 6 nothing happens. Well, there's not really much point in actually rolling that. And the reason is, because of his drawing the injury card, he's at full stamina anyway. And 4 to 6 nothing happens. So let's just say that nothing happened. So Very nice of him though to agree to undergo like medical experiments. Good on you, Hank. Right. That said and done. Next up we are looking at Tommy Muldoon. And here's Tommy in the Miskatonic University streets, where ordinarily he wouldn't have an encounter at all. But we've still got Sandstorm in play. He's got a luck of 4, so that'll give him 3 dice to see if he can find an exhibit item in the sand. So, here we go. Unfortunately not. So, the scrabbling about in the sand, he finds Zip. Okay, so that's Tommy's go. And next up, and right next to him in the science building, is Ursula Downs. Now what Ursula's going to do is, she's not going to have a normal location encounter, because she's going to spend one of her gate trophy. And the gate trophy she's going to spend is obviously the another dimension one, because it's a +0. In the unlikely event that we cycle through all the gates, obviously this is one that we'd like to get again because it's a bit easier to close. So I'll put this on the bottom of the gate deck. It's unlikely to get cycled through because we don't seem to be opening any gates, but there it goes. And she gets 2 clue tokens for that, which is very important. These 2 clue tokens bring her up to 4 clue tokens. Now, in order to fulfill her personal story, the caper, which is here, in order to pass, Ursula has at least 3 monster trophies and 3 clue tokens to place Scratch 1 Mystery in play. So, she has, that's her other gate trophy. Ignore that, I meant to pick up her monster trophies. There we go. These are her 3 monster trophies. She killed the Wraith, the Cultist, and earlier on she killed the Maniac. So she's got 3 of those, and the 3 clue tokens. And, even better, on the actual card itself, unlike Hank's card, it doesn't mention that you have to spend the clue tokens or that you have to put the monster trophies back in the bag, so she even gets to keep them. And we get Scratch 1 Mystery. The museum is grateful enough that I doubt they would mind if I borrow 1 or 2 teensy little items. Ooh. Ursula draws 5 unique items, then chooses 2 of them to keep, discarding the rest. Woo! Right, oh, this is a sort of personal story we like. So, let's get the unique item deck. No prizes for guessing what I'm hoping comes out. So, let's pick. The first one is Holy Water. Bloody hell, how much holy water is there? Number 2, a Book of Daizan. Oh, come on. Number 3, Nameless Cults. Again. Number 4, an Elder Sign at last. There's 1. And a Dragon's Eye. I was hoping for 2 Elder Signs, but that's just being greedy. Okay, Elder Sign, that's a given. Let's have a look at these other ones. Nameless Cults, that was a spell. We've had that one. The Book of Dazan. Exhaust and spend 2 movement points to make a law -1 check. If you pass, draw 1 spell, lose 1 sanity, and put 1 stamina token on the Book of Daizan. Alright, it's just exactly the same as Nameless Cults, except like you get 2 goes at it. A Holy Water or the Dragon's Eye. Exhaust and lose 1 sanity after drawing a gate or location card to draw a new card in its place. Well, we'll have that. Rather than the others can be discarded. But the important thing is we've got an Elder Sign. So if and when another gate opens, we've got the wherewithal to seal it. Yeah, excellent. Right, we'll put them on Ursula Downs player card. And that's the end of the Arkham encounter phase. There is nobody in the other worlds, so we'll go straight on to the mythos phase. And here we are, back overlooking Arkham. Time to get the deck of doom. What is it going for us this turn? We have a headline and a gate at the woods. I know I wanted another gate, but I preferred it where we didn't have 2 clue tokens. But my own fault. I had plenty of time to get down to the woods, but didn't manage it. So we're going to get a new gate at the woods. We're going to lose those 2 clue tokens. Oh, but a clue does end up at Independence Square. So rather than put them both back in the supply, I'll just put one back in and one on Independence Square. But because we've got a new gate, well, one, we get the gate. There we are. Which puts another Doom token on Niall Arthurtep's Doom track. So he's at 3. There's the gate. And of course, put another Doom token on top of the gate stack. And draw a monster. Want the monster. And the monster we get is... I don't want 2, I just want 1. Oh, it's a Mygo. A flying space insect. Cool. Right, so let's get him a stand. And he's sat there in the woods. Fantastic. Right, let's read the rest of the card. The clue, we've done that. It's a monster movement. Slashes, triangles and stars move on white. Circle. Triangle. This bloody god of the bloody tongue. Goes to French Hill. There's nothing else. And we have a hexagon. Got no hexagons. Ancient Whispers doesn't move because that's a crescent. Right. And let's read the headline. Manhunt in Arkham. All monsters in locations are returned to the cup. Ah! Oh, sorry. That's the woods. There is one. So, the game giveth, but the game taketh away. So, he didn't last long. He's back into the bag. And that's the end of that card. And the end of the Mythos phase. We've got one monster currently in Arkham. But it's a bad one. For all that. It's the God of the Bloody Tongue. Hank's probably going to have another go and see if he can do it with 9 dice next time. He may be ping-ponging between wherever the God of the Bloody Tongue is and St Mary's Hospital for a while yet. Oh, one thing I nearly forgot again, but I have remembered. We do have to roll for the outstanding Mythos card. On a 1 or a 2, we will get another clue token on it. A 2, brilliant. Right, we get another clue token on it. So it's up to 4. Oh, that's a bit of a downer. If we hadn't got a clue token on it, I'd have probably sent Kate to get rid of it, and everybody would have got a unique item. Right, still not a bad turn, not a bad turn at all. We got rid of the Mygo very quickly, without even having to fight it. We also got rid of the zombie and the formless spawn. The God of the Bloody Tongue we didn't get rid of, but that's a really tough, difficult monster. And, well, that's just the way it goes sometimes. But nobody's been devoured. We've finally got a gate that isn't guarded, that we may be able to close. Ursula's certainly got an Elder Sign, so she can do that. And our next player, next turn, first player will be Hank, who I think is just going to go straight up and at that... and at the God of the Bloody Tongue again, I think. Okay, right. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for all the views and the comments and everything. I hope you join me for turn 9 of Arkham Horror, Curse of the Dark Pharaoh. Until then, toodaloo.